We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or black militia group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1 of the King James Bible. Shalom, Most High in Christ. Bless you all. We are Israel United in Christ, and this is the
Armor of God radio show.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's that time.
That's right. It's going to be a good show today. We got special guests in the house.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Hey, I'm home, man.
There we go. That's right.
We got the mighty Captain Josiah.
Yeah.
Hey, even a great time for a collab.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Is that what it,
Wow.
We appreciate you, IT.
New guy in the back.
All praises. You got the mighty Captain Josiah. Hey, he gonna bless the broadcast. All praises to the Most High. Hey, I'm your host today, Officer Rayuel. In the studio, we got
Officer Nahum,
Officer Issachar.
Officer Hezekiah.
Officer Menahem.
and that's it.
Yeah, that's oh my God, let's ride.
Great show. What's the topic today? What is today? Is something going on today?
Good old Easter Sunday.
Good old Easter Sunday.
Something about some fake bunnies that lay eggs.
Yeah, fake bunnies lay eggs. We just went to church today, y'all. So
Amen.
some of y'all did.
Amen.
We literally were just there. We didn't do what y'all did.
It still don't sound right.
It don't sound right.
Yeah, it don't.
Yeah.
You gotta
We did
clarify.
not go to church.
Clarify. Here's what we mean. We went to go to church and cast down the lie of
That's
Easter.
right.
Yeah.
We went to cast down the lie of Resurrection Sunday.
Right,
That means we literally, physically went up to these churches and we dealt with the people of God.
right.
The children of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We went and talked to y'all face to face today. And we're doing it right now. Casting down the lie of Easter. That's a pagan holiday.
Right.
Now, we covered it on the show before. We're going to go even deeper today. But of course, if you want to call in and ask questions, our number is 252-632-0329. That's the number. Please call in. 252-632-0329 is the number. Also, if you want to reach out and email us a question, it's armorofgodradio@gmail.com. The email again is armorofgodradio@gmail.com. All right. So without further ado, let's get right into the scriptures.
Yep.
What you didn't hear in church today. Let's get into some scriptures. Give me Colossians 2:8 just to start.
Yes, sir. The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
That's what we've seen today. People spoiled. What happens to food when it's spoiled?
It go bad.
It goes bad.
It starts smelling too.
It get chunky.
You get chunky. Can you use it for anything if it's spoiled?
No, sir.
No,
sir.
Garbage.
Thank you. It's garbage. Beware lest any man destroy you, make you into garbage. Read.
After the traditions of men.
That's Resurrection Sunday. That's Easter Sunday. It's the same thing. Why is it on the same day?
Right.
Why is it on the Rabbit Day? That's what we heard today. One person, when we went to one of these churches in Southeast Raleigh, it was a couple. One of them was in a wheelchair and one is pushing a wheelchair. We asked, hey, what did y'all learn today in church? He said, they had no answer. He said, was that Easter service or was it Resurrection Sunday y'all just did? And the guy that shook his head said, I don't know. We just go to church.
Hey, it's becoming a popular thing. I remember even in the world being wicked, everybody went to church on Easter Sunday.
Right.
No one did anything, knew anything about the Bible. Didn't matter what walk of life you came from. On Easter Sunday, you went to church, you got out of church, everyone ate, and you went right back to your regular lives.
Exactly.
How scary is that though?
Right.
For him to say, I don't know where I'm going. I just go. That's some witchcraft, right?
For real.
That's some crack addict,
Yes.
smoke a blunt, some addictive stuff, man. You don't know why you're going.
I don't know.
I just go. Maybe I'm going. At least some brothers be like, oh, I'm just going to see the women. I'm just going for the music. No reason at all.
Right. And he looked like he'd been going all his life.
Right.
And he just looked hopeless. Like, I don't know what. We just go to church. That's all he had.
So,
but all praise to the Most High, we were able to give him the truth of the
That's right.
Now
That's
maybe that light was shining him. Because give me Proverbs 21:16. Cap, you got something?
Oh, yeah.
You over there cooking. You jump in when you want, Cap. Yeah, Proverbs 21:16. We got a lot of articles and some clips and a lot of research to show y'all today.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That's where we came from. I said we went to church. That's where we just came from. We went from the congregation of the dead.
Man,
That's what they look like. Spiritually dead people.
zombies.
There it is. Zombies.
Because a zombie only has one goal, just to eat. They wander around. They're not no other purpose. Like the guy said, I don't know why I came here. I just came.
They just go to church.
And the boss came out, the big zombie at the end of the video game.
right, the big boss.
Came at the end.
King Cooper came out. He brought it in. You know what he said? Yeah, they already talked to Jesus today. Could y'all please leave? Yeah, they already talked to Jesus today.
And what did he say after that, though, officer?
He said, I'm not gonna take the bait.
Yeah. The bait meaning in depthness of, okay, you know how you bake a hook on
a line, fish
on a hook. You bait it for a fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he trying to say to you or us that teaching the truth, I'm not going to take y'all bait. Man, I don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
I want to keep deceiving the people.
He refused to deal with us in any form of scripture, answer any questions, or have a general conversation. He said, I'm not going to take the bait. They've been trained to not talk to us.
Right. There you go.
Pure fear. They sent him out. They out there in the parking lot. Oh, God.
Right.
Get him out of here.
Because that's heavy because the bishop don't come out. They go out around the back. They got a special
special door.
Hey, so you said this was the bishop?
Yeah.
This was Bishop, what was it? Bishop Clark.
Ooh, name drop.
Yeah, that's right. Now, he did take a fly ultimately, Captain. He said he a man of his word, Bishop Clark. If you're listening, you said you're a man of your word. You would reach out to us. We're waiting to hear from you, sir. Matter of fact, call in. That number is 252-632-0329. Please call in, Bishop Clark.
But they say they got a special entrance. Him to come out the front towards the guy. He was trying to lay a law down. Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all straight. Hey, I ain't trying to hit none of that. And the deacons was around him too.
Yeah.
These are my zombies.
He had about 6 boys around him, right? And then one of them was agreeing with what we were bringing out about the Jews being black. He did that pat on the chest and point. He's like, yeah. I said, he gonna cuss you out later.
Right.
You gonna get him?
You gonna fancy me out here. All praises.
Hey, let me get Hebrews 5 and 12 real quick. The Apostle Paul was addressing the Hebrews of Hebrews at this time, right? So watch what he told them. This is similar today. Like you go to the church and you talk to the pastors. They're supposed to be the teachers, right? Let's see what Paul said.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 5 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
For when for the time ye ought to be teachers,
Yep.
ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
Now he said he ain't gonna take the bait, right? But Paul said what again?
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
From the top.
For the time ye ought to be teachers.
For when the time you ought to be a teacher, a pastor, a prophet, right?
Ye have need that one teach you again.
You need to be taught again.
Right.
Go ahead.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of
You
God.
see that? That's the first principle of the oracles of God. Go ahead.
And are become as such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Right. They need to be taught the basics, how to apply God's commandments.
Right.
But he said, "Oh, I'm not going to take the bait." He knew that there's some information that he did not know. He didn't want to be embarrassed on the premises of his own church.
Right.
And that's what's going on.
Yeah.
We were granted an audience with nearly everybody we walked up to, meaning they took time out to speak to us. Usually they trying to get to the car and get out there, get to Church's Chicken or the buffet.
Yeah.
They took time, and many of them received a flyer, talked with us. You know what I'm saying? They're going to their vehicles. Like, we can't talk to them. He came out, get away from my people. Get out of here.
Real.
Y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. There's some over there. Go get them. Y'all got to go.
Hey, you know what else that shows too? That shows that he knows that we have the truth.
That's right.
That's the difference. It's not just, I don't want you to deal with them. He knows that what we have is irrefutable. You can't debate it. It's all facts.
He knows this also. When he see us, guess what? He see his money going down.
That is powerful, nigga.
You ain't never like. We talked about that last week.
I was about to say.
That's what last week's topic was. Hey, he pimping everybody in the congregation.
Right.
Man, that's heavy. Let's go to that first article. Let's pull up that first one with the that picture there. Yeah, it is. Get the title again. Who's reading?
I am.
Go ahead.
It says, why Easter is called Easter and other facts about the holiday.
What's this website? This is
U.S. News.
U.S. News and World Report.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It says by Brent Landau. This Sunday, April 16, Christians will be celebrating Easter.
And they are.
Mm-hmm. The day on which the resurrection of Jesus is said to have taken place. The day of celebration.
Hey, notice it says it's said, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's said.
Right.
I smell lies.
The date of celebration changes from year to year.
And how's that the day? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How's that the day if it changes from year to year? I smell lies.
Sounds like traditions.
Here we go. The reason for this variation is that Easter always falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon following spring equinox. So, in 2018, Easter will be celebrated on April 1st and on April 21st in 2019.
All right, let's stop right there. Where's that in the Bible? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
Where does it say the first? No black person. Ask y'all just tuned in. Go ask your pastor. Go ask your auntie, your the oldest person in your family. When is Easter next year? Without looking at the calendar. They didn't know it was coming this year without TV in their calendar.
Right.
They had no idea that it's the first Sunday after the full moon.
Right.
That makes no because it's not in the Bible.
Right.
How do we get that into our heads?
Right. What scripture?
No biblical facts to back up any of their traditions.
We're going to show where it is. Can you give me that in Zondervan? We had that in Zondervan.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Bring it out.
You keep that article up.
This is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Watch what it say about Easter.
Easter, Passover. Render Easter in Acts 12 and 4, KJV.
So in that particular instance in the Bible, there's only one place you see the word Easter in the Bible. It's in Acts 12. And it's a mistranslation. That's what we're going to read of Passover. Read.
But correctly translated Passover in ASV.
So it's actually supposed to say Passover right there. But go ahead.
The day on which the church celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Now they're getting stuff confused and mixed up. Those are not the same thing. Easter, we're going to tell you, is a pagan holiday.
Right.
Passover is in the Bible, Leviticus. You see many times Passover mentioned. We don't know.
Easter is celebrated on the first Sunday after the full moon following vernal equinox.
Where's that in the Bible?
Is Sunday even in the Bible? Like the word Sunday?
No, it's not.
Right.
The word Sunday is not even in the Bible. Vernal equinox is not in the Bible. Doing anything the first Sunday after a vernal equinox is not in the Bible.
Right.
Bruh.
You know who told you that? The white man.
There you go.
Hey, I got to put it out there. For a lot of y'all who don't know, we're actually celebrating the new moon right now.
Right.
And it is the first Sunday after the new moon. It's written in a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary that's been, who knows, many years ago, but that tradition is still being kept because it has origins that have nothing to do with God or the Bible.
That's right. Let's go back.
Hey, can you read that again?
Yes, sir.
In the Zondervan?
The bottom part. It says
From the top.
okay. It says Easter Passover, rendered Easter in Acts 12:4 KJV, but correctly translated Passover in ASV. The day on which the church celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Say it one more time.
It says the day on which the church celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
It says correctly.
It says the day on which the church celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, it does. It said, but correctly translated Passover in ASV.
okay.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to hear that again. But Acts 12 does mention the word Easter. But remember, the heathens were celebrating those
Right.
pagan customs.
Correct,
So
correct.
they did call their custom Easter
Correct.
after the goddess Ishtar, Ashereth, and so forth. But the Hebrews, the ones that kept God's commandments, were keeping Passover. Just like
Bring it
right
out.
now, right?
Right.
We just had Passover a couple of weeks ago, right?
That's right.
Now, here we have Easter, so-called. That's not biblical, but the heathens are still keeping those customs.
Yeah, can we prove that? Could you bring that out in Acts 12:4?
Yeah, let's get
Sir.
Because it does say that in there.
Right. Yeah,
Acts
so,
chapter-
so we're not running from the fact that word is there.
Right.
But what's the true custom that we're supposed to be keeping? Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 12 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And when he had apprehended
Start
him.
at verse 1 real quick, bro.
The book of Acts, chapter 12 and verse 1. Now about that time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church.
Right. So one thing you got to remember, Herod. Herod was an Idumean. Idumea means a Greek word for Edom.
Right.
Edom is today a so-called Caucasian race of people. Okay.
Right.
Read.
And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword.
Right. Read.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also.
Right, because this is the other sector of Israel, you know what I'm saying, of the southern kingdom that didn't like Christ, what Christ and them was teaching.
Mhm.
They didn't like the disciples. So now they're trying to kill Peter. Read.
Then were the days of unleavened bread.
So what is that now? What is the days of unleavened bread?
It says, then were the days of unleavened bread.
Right, this is the Passover,
Passover.
meaning the days, meaning there's a week. Okay, there's a week. You got 7 days of unleavened bread. This is the Passover. It's celebrated that whole week. Okay, read.
Right.
Verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in the prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter.
After what?
After Easter.
You got to remember, Herod and them was celebrating Easter.
That's right.
Okay, not the regular Israelites or the Jews that was there at the time. They were celebrating Passover. What the other people, the other nations, they were celebrating Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Break down that name, which is leading to this confusion in the church. Go back to the article. You jump down to where it says the naming of the celebration Easter. Keep going down. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay. It says the naming of celebration as Easter seems to go back to the name of pre-Christian goddess in England.
This is a pre-Christian. That's before Christ. This is a god that existed before. This is some old stuff.
Right.
Come on.
Pre-Christian goddess in England, Easter, who was celebrated at beginning of spring.
So if Christ is the reason for the season, why are we doing something that's pre-Christian?
Right.
Why are we celebrating a pre-Christian God? Why are we celebrating another God?
Right.
And we're trying to rebrand it for Jesus. Resurrection Sunday, that's what they're calling it now.
Right.
But we're doing it. So ain't we doing the same thing? It's after the vernal equinox, after the full moon, which God calls a new moon.
Right.
That Sunday. We're doing it the same day.
Right.
It's for the same God.
Mm.
But it's the thing, though. How do our people know that?
Right.
It was pushed upon your foremothers and forefathers in slavery.
That's right.
That's right.
There's no other way you can get around that. Christianity is white supremacy on earth all over again in modern day form.
They're going to prove it in the
There's
article.
powerful
Jump down
niggatry at work.
to where it says Easter is quite similar.
Okay.
Go down to where Easter is quite similar. Keep going. You got to scroll down another page or two.
Come on.
No, actually go up. Go up. It's up. Who's on the articles? Go scroll up.
Let me see.
Keep going. Keep going. There it is. Go down. Easter is quite
okay.
similar. Watch
That's it.
this.
Easter is quite similar to other major holidays like Christmas and Halloween,
Ooh, listen to this part. Read.
which have
Evolved.
evolved over the last 200 years or so.
What were black people doing 200 years ago?
Getting their backs whipped in.
Right.
It was enslaved.
And it said it's similar to Christmas, which is pagan,
Right.
and Halloween, which is obviously the work of the devil.
Right.
Well, Christians call it Hallelujah Night. Excuse me.
That's the same.
It's more evolving, huh?
It's the evolving.
There you go.
It is.
See
There
that?
it is. It's the evolving.
So
It's the
you're right.
evolving.
Right.
Because it means the name is changing. They're trying to
Right.
make it what you're going to do this. We're just going to keep repackaging it until you like it.
Right.
Hey,
Th- that's why that brother you was speaking to earlier said, I don't know why I'm here.
Right.
I just felt like I had to come.
Yeah.
Brainwashing.
That's a slavery tradition.
That's right.
There it is. A slave 200 years ago. Since then, you've been doing Christmas, Halloween, and Easter. Other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But it all came from evolving paganism.
Right.
He needs some milk.
You need to repent.
Right.
You got something, Cap?
Yeah. Let me get 1 Samuel chapter 12. Because that article said it was a pre-Christian goddess, right?
Right.
Pre-Christian, meaning before Christ.
Before Christ.
Now, it mentioned England, but it goes way before that as well. Let's read this in 1 Samuel 12 and verse 10.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned because we have forsaken the Lord and have served Balaam.
Balaam. Yep.
And Ashtaroth.
Read it again from the top.
Verse 10. And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned because we have forsaken the Lord.
So they acknowledge we have sinned, right? Come on.
And have served Balaam and Ashtaroth.
And Ashtoreth. Read on.
But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee.
Right, because sin is a direct correlation to our slavery.
Right.
Now, I want to get this book real quick. This is called the Prophet's Dictionary, right?
Yep, the Prophet's Dictionary. by Paul A. Price,
Right.
PhD. All right, this is definition of 114,
Page 67, right?
67 at the
Yep.
bottom. Ashtoreth, a Canaanite goddess identified with Venus and the Babylonian goddess Ishtar.
Mhm.
This Phoenician lunar deity was synonymous with pregnancy,
With pregnancy, that's where you get the so-called eggs and whatnot from. Read on.
sensual love,
Sensual love. So it's about sex. Read on.
and fertility.
The bunny rabbits now they lay eggs all of a sudden.
Right.
Right. Read it from the top one more time.
A Canaanite goddess.
Or just Canaanite.
A Canaanite goddess.
Okay, a Canaanite goddess. So guess what? The Canaanites are not Israelites.
Right.
They were not given God's commandments to keep. So this is a heathen or pagan custom. Right?
Right.
Read it again.
A Canaanite goddess identified with Venus and the Babylonian goddess Ishtar.
Right. And the Babylonians. So now the Canaanites had one. Then the Babylonians took one. Then the Edomites, they created Easter. Right.
Right.
Cap, I got that whole time. You finished?
No,
that one?
read it
Go
one more
ahead.
time.
This Phoenician lunar deity was synonymous with pregnancy, sensual love, and fertility.
Same thing.
It's a little bit more on that, right?
Yeah, she required listen. I can't say that word.
Oh man.
That word right there.
He's bilingual, y'all. We all right.
Yeah. Where you at? Where you stop at?
The L word.
Is it Syria?
He tried to get him to say it again.
Licentious worship,
Licentious.
right, and was a patron goddess of war and sex. Often, Ashtoreth was represented by obscene wooden images that signified her ritual requirement of orgiastic. Which means
Rituals.
orgies.
Right?
There it is.
Orgiastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that? Syria ain't here.
Yeah.
Orgiastic.
Right.
So orgiastic worship under the
Wait, no,
trees. She supposedly represented. So this is all about sex, lust, and so forth.
So this,
But you want to bring something out
That
on that?
timeline, you started to go through a little timeline, Cap. We got that in the next article. Give me that Yahoo article. Let's read that for me, his.
yes, sir.
Cap was going into. Remember, when we read the previous article before the book, it was saying it evolved
Right.
over the past 200 years. But no, it's been evolving for thousands of years.
Right.
Read that right here.
Today is Goddess of Fertility Day.
Now, y'all wouldn't do that in church. They'd be like, "Nah, I ain't doing no goddess of fertility."
Right.
Day.
Wow.
But watch what goddess of fertility day is.
When we did Goddess.
Down to there are many goddesses.
Okay.
Yeah, that part.
There are many goddesses of fertility.
Ooh, so it ain't just one.
Perhaps the best known goddess is Aphrodite.
Now that's a Caucasian one. That's a Caucasian goddess. Aphrodite always. That's we're related to what is it? Valentine's Day. I think it comes like that. Go ahead.
That's
Who is-
Roman.
Who is associated with love, beauty, pleasure, and procreation.
That means sex. Go ahead.
Her Roman equivalent is Venus.
And if y'all were paying attention, they just mentioned that
Right.
in the book. You read that in the book again.
Right.
Read that.
Oh, go back to it.
Yeah,
go
go back
back.
to that. It just mentioned
67.
Venus. Y'all, I want y'all make sure y'all tune. Y'all getting the correlation. It just mentioned the goddess of fertility. There are many goddesses of fertility.
Right.
And it said here, this same festival, that's a different day. That's like March it was. They made up a day. But it said one of the equivalents for Rome was Venus. What'd you read in there?
Ashtoreth, a Canaanite goddess
So this one, when Canaanite had it, it was Ashtoreth. Go ahead.
identified with Venus.
That's the same God.
Yep,
Same.
identified with Venus. Same
a
God.
fertility God, which is
Repackaged.
also Aphrodite.
Right.
Same God, different face, different sculpture, whatever.
Same. It's the same nation of people. They just changed the name of the god. Right.
But-
Venus and Aphrodite, Greco and Roman.
Right.
Well, let me finish that out. I'll let you get your point. It's,
Her Roman equivalent is Venus, and she
it's
is
the same thing. Equivalent means the same thing. You know?
sometimes associated with the Egyptian goddess Isis.
That means Isis, Aphrodite, Ashtoreth, Easter, Ishtar, all of them are the same
That's right.
God.
Right.
Read on.
Before the spring equinox in
Wait, did we read
yeah,
about some equinox?
That's right. And
Isn't that
in
what we
Zondervan
doing?
Bible Dictionary. Yep.
Resurrection Sunday or Easter Sunday, or they call it the first God's blessed Sunday of whatever they repackage it.
Right.
It's for the same God.
Right.
Is there more?
before the spring equinox in ancient times, people prayed and made offerings to Aphrodite in hopes of the starting of a family.
Keep on.
Sometimes people have called the day Ashtara, which is the name of another fertility
You
goddess.
see that?
It's all the same thing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Notice that it's saying that these are the things that they do on that day. Christianity is paying tithe to a God, to a whole other God.
It's a special offering.
It's
today,
special offering today. That's who they're giving it to.
Special feast today, right?
Right.
Everybody hurry up and go eat. Go ahead. Else.
Hey, look. Just like I know in the world, right? Everybody hear that word aphrodisiac, right?
Oh,
Aphrodisiac. This is the meaning of it.
You deep, boy. You
A
deep.
food, drink, or drug that stimulates sexual desire.
Oh,
Man.
cut me, because I used to say that often. I ain't know what that meant. Where's my aphrodisiac?
Oh Lord.
Hey, let me get Jeremiah 2:11.
Yes, sir.
That's deep.
Because we read how these so-called deities are just repackaged, right?
Right.
Went from Asterisk to Venus to Ishtar to Easter, so forth and so on. Read this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
No, so this is a question.
Right.
Have the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? The answer is no.
Right.
It's the same God. They just repackaged it.
You're right.
Bruh.
Right? Come on.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
But we took Christ and now we're going to attach eggs and bunny rabbits.
Right.
That's what we did.
Right.
Because we were given the commandments.
Right.
The nations didn't do that. We did that.
Right.
They just took their same deities and repackaged them into different meanings and so forth. Tried to clean it up and offer it to the kids and so forth.
Right.
Right.
One more time.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
These are no gods. That's what the Bible's saying. Read on.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
Israel changed their glory into that which does not profit. Again, bunny rabbits don't lay eggs.
That's right.
So don't the scripture say thou shalt not lie? So now we're raising our kids, teaching them lies from birth.
From birth.
Well, I'm sorry, I got to throw a monkey wrench. Remember, Creflo taught them all and says, not even a Big Ten.
That's why.
Not even
That's why
a
they
Big
have to
Ten.
teach that. They have to teach that.
Yeah,
Right.
The first one is thou should love no other God.
Right.
You gotta break that.
Right. Thank you.
And I want to bring out something because we saw a lot of men out there, also radio, right? A lot of men being led by women, right? Can you give me Sirach 47?
Please bring that
I
up.
want verse 19 real quick. And then I want 1 Kings 11.
And big strong men.
Oh, yeah.
Behind
they
little big
look,
women.
they look strong.
They looked at it. Not
They looked at it.
fortitude.
Just like, hey, if you read the Willie Lynch book, it said that Willie Lynch said you got to make the black man physically strong, but mentally weak.
Right.
So that's what the men, those zombies that were coming out, they look mean, you know. Yeah, they look like they can lead a house,
Right.
but they were sensitive. They got mad talking about you got to leave. You can't listen to Christ twice.
Yeah, you made a good point. I want to go back to that when you finish.
Okay, real quick, watch this.
What do you want to
Sirach 47 verse 19, real quick.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47 and verse 19.
Because I was going to read Ecclesiastes where it says there's nothing new under the sun. Can you say there's something new? So was Osiris new? Is Diana new?
Not
You
new.
know what I'm saying? Everything is the same goddess, right?
Same
But watch
thing.
what happened right here.
Thou didst bow thy loins
Read
unto
that.
women.
Hold on, who's it talking about? Let's jump up to verse 13.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47 and verse 13. Solomon reigned in peaceable time.
So it says Solomon, this is the king of Israel. He reigned in a peaceable time. Jump back to 19.
Verse 19. Thou didst bow thy loins unto women.
So a black man is being led by women. Let's see what he did in the Bible. 1 Kings 11.
Where'd you sleep at?
Let's see some of the sins he did. But let's do the first one, verse 1
Take a nap.
and 2. And then we're going to jump down to verse 5.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
But Solomon loved many strange women.
And that's that worldly love. That's that I'm gonna buy them a Valentine's heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna celebrate Christmas for them. I'm gonna do those pagan holidays for them. Read.
Together with the daughters of Pharaoh's women,
So Pharaoh, you just Isis, right? That's a pagan god. Osiris. Read.
women of Moab, of the Moabites,
No, that's a Chinese. You got the next is the Japanese. Go ahead.
Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites.
So Africans, you got white people, right? So now read verse 2.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
Unto you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it says, don't go after them. Read.
ye shall not go into them,
Don't marry them.
neither shall ye come in, neither shall they come in unto you.
Go ahead.
For surely they will turn away your hearts after their gods.
So today, you got the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. You got our men following these other women, God and goddesses, right?
Right.
So watch what the goddess was, verse 5.
Verse 5. For Solomon went after Astaroth.
Ah, here we go.
Oh,
So he went after who?
After Astaroth.
I plead my
Can we drop the bomb on that? I mean, it's right there.
A strong black man. A strong man.
right. He was a king. He was a king of Israel. Right.
The wise ever let women lure him
To East.
to Easter. Can I get Jeremiah? Y'all think I know what I want? Was it 44? Because it's not just Solomon. All you brothers today. Oftentimes we end up at church with your woman. I ain't see a single brother out there. You know what I mean? I ain't see any single men. I seen married men out there. I see single women in the church. I didn't see just single brothers just going into church. Who drugged them to church? Their wife.
Hey, you got to think about it too. A lot of them don't even go to church throughout the whole year.
No.
Just for that one day.
That one day she drugged. You got to show up. Put on this hot suit. Give me Jeremiah 44.
You want to start at 15?
Straight to 15.
15? Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 15.
Bring it down to 17 real quick.
Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense onto other gods.
You know your wife in idolatry. Your wife don't do nothing the Bible says. Most Christian women are in witchcraft. They doing astrology. They doing tarot cards. They looking up horoscopes.
Right.
They ain't doing nothing God says. And they rebellious as hell at home.
Right.
They are witches according to God. Read on.
Numerology.
And all the
And
women
numerology.
that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt, in Pathros,
Come on.
answered Jeremiah, saying,
Read.
As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord,
Come on.
we will not hearken unto thee.
We heard that today.
Right.
The main rebuttals came from the women. We got video clips. I don't know. We might could play some of that audio. They said, "We not gonna debate. We ain't trying to debate the Bible." Brothers was listening. The sisters is the one. We not trying to. I done seen y'all for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Sister said that. You trying to debate the Bible? We coming up with smiles and just flyers. We not trying to start nothing, but they the main ones, the only ones that had the cojones to come up and just get. We gonna.
You said the women had the cojones?
Yeah. Because
It's a spirit behind it.
there you go. You took it right out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's why I want to go back to that point. Give me Acts 9. Were you done on that? You had some more on it.
One more
more
verse.
verse.
17. Yeah,
Right.
it's real quick.
But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth,
We gonna do whatever we come up with. Damn. A man-made tradition. Read.
to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
Which is another AKA for Easter.
Yep.
Another AKA for Aphrodite. It's the Queen of Heaven, Diana. All of those are the same God.
That's your Starbucks today.
That's your Starbucks. That's all.
Hey,
of
don't mess them up, man. You
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
He needs some
Go ahead,
milk.
Cap. That's
So
all I
yeah,
want on
Acts 19, because you just mentioned Diana, right?
that. Yeah.
Let's jump to that.
Oh,
Acts
crazy.
19.
19 started 24.
Yeah, where we get
Acts chapter 19, verse 24.
Bring it out.
For a,
You know what you want.
for a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain onto the craftsmen.
Oh,
Right.
stop.
Mm.
Real quick, Cap. In my Bible, where it says Diana, there's a little T, an annotation. It says Artemis.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Telling you that's another AKA.
Right.
Another god, Artemis. Go ahead, Cap.
Verse
That was
25.
Prior to it, meaning that was during the Greek time.
Right.
Called it Artemis. But go ahead.
Right, correct.
Verse 25. Whom
So just to make the point, during the Greek time was Artemis, then
Rome
Rome
was Venus.
or Diana, right?
Or
here.
Diana,
Yeah.
whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, Sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth.
Mhm.
Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul had persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods,
Right. He began to teach and turn people away from these false deities. Go ahead.
which are made with hands.
Which are made with hands. Read.
So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship.
Notice at that time it says whom all Asia, meaning Asia Minor, that was Turkey, modern day Turkey now, whom all Asia and the world worship it. Same thing now. But notice it says the great goddess Diana, right?
Yeah.
Now give me that book one more time.
Back it up.
It's page 167, just to make the point real quick. You want to touch something real quick?
Yeah, I do want to touch something real quick. Back here in verse 25, they said the craft had made wealth, right?
Right.
They made wealth off these images and things. So today, you go and buy your kids these Easter baskets, these bunny rabbit chocolates and all that stuff, stuff with the bunny rabbits you buying. Guess what? You're making them wealth, making these other nations rich.
But it's really
Find a way to make money off of it.
It's really the women. the women that be pushing that thing.
Well,
because it involves a woman goddess.
Yep, that's what we're gonna read right here. Okay. You on point. Yep. Watch this.
And I got an article for you. I'm gonna send this to y'all, IT. Go ahead, Cap.
This is coming out of the Prophet's Dictionary, page 162. Dianic Wicca, religious worship venturing.
So just to make a point, there's a religion called Wiccans today.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
Read that again.
Dianic Wicca, religious worship venturing the goddess that emphasizes maternal,
meaning women.
Right.
Women. Right. Maternal what?
Maternal authority figures.
You see that? Women worship. Woman authority. That's what it's going into.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Hey, look, that same religion that right there, right? That's the only witchcraft religion that they allow. Military.
They allow that thing.
They allow that thing. You will see them with a pentagram,
right?
With a star pointed up,
right?
Okay.
Now y'all understand why, going back to your point, Officer, where you were earlier, that you seen a lot of women leading the men into the church. That spirit of Ishtar or Ashtoreth or so on and so forth, it's moving that spirit. They women or they're prophets. They got prophetesses,
right?
And move them into the church.
Yeah,
that's exactly what's going on.
Give me that article. What do you?
Yeah, finish that.
You want this? All right. Dianic is the word. Is the word which is that are mainly opponents of particular religions used to reference their deity, their goddess Diana.
Give me the next part.
Wicca in all forms is largely feminist.
It's largely what?
Is largely feminist.
It mentioned Wicca, but remember, it started with Diana, going back to Ashtoreth and so forth. I think it's going to say that. Read.
Yes. Wicca in all forms is largely feminist as a throwback to ancient pagan religions.
Right. Ancient pagan religions. Go ahead.
That revered pre-Canaanite Ashtoreth. There it is again.
Man.
Ashtoreth. So it's the same deity. So what they were worshiping in Acts 19 was the same thing our people fell into back in the time of Samuel. Same deity, just repackaged, but it was an ancient pre-Canaanite goddess.
Right.
Is there more on that?
And Astarte,
which is Ishtar or Easter, right? Go ahead.
And other fertility goddesses of various civilizations that parade modernly.
Wow.
So you got an article, right?
Yeah, let's get that. Hey,
so it mentioned this is all feminism.
Right.
These deities, that's why you see the
Perfect.
They had the images. It would be a woman with like 8 to 10 breasts.
Right.
Reverencing the woman.
So now today it's a rabbit with a whole bunch of Easter eggs.
Right.
With
madness.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, we're doing a lot of research, and that's some heavy information. Like a lot of people, honestly, they just go to church and sit there. They're not gonna look into all this. Well, maybe if we show you the purpose behind it when they get a hold of your pockets. How much money do y'all think Easter makes?
Let's get it.
Let's read that.
How much money Easter brings in?
This is from 2021, so this ain't no old article.
Right.
We was in a pandemic, so everybody couldn't even go to each other's houses. This is the first year you could really go back out to other people's houses. Watch how much they made. Read.
The cost of Easter baskets, eggs, hunts, and and Sunday brunches can really add up.
Read.
Americans are expected to spend $21.6 billion on Easter in 2021.
Powerful nigga dream.
Not million.
Billion.
Not 2 billion.
Wow.
21 billion.
And you know what's sad? The fake eggs for Easter cost more than the real eggs at Food Line.
Wow.
And they're buying both. Because you're going to have a real egg.
They're going to boil it.
They're going to boil it and paint it. For Jesus? What did Jesus say?
Oh my God.
They put little crosses on it and like.
You're bringing back memory lane on me, man. I regret all that.
What's crazy is it's literally one day.
It's one day.
It's one day. They prep weeks in advance, baskets, they doing all of that for one day, and it's not connected to the God of the Bible in any form.
And it's mostly you blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
Money. We went through white neighborhoods on our way to the church. No Easter decorations. None.
Actually, they started theirs earlier. Up the street, Benson. They were doing theirs a week earlier.
Benson. But in Raleigh, it was hardly any Easter decor outside. But if you go to the hood, they got all the little Easter baskets. They're spending more money. We all can afford to do it. But black people going to spend a higher percentage of their money on Easter food,
Right.
Easter suits.
Right.
The more hot
And then
microwave suits.
alligator shoes.
And yard decorations.
And yard decorations.
Big old, big old ball of Easter eggs.
Right.
Doing Easter egg hunt.
Those hard bottom wing tips when they start wearing them shoes.
Right.
And again, that's a read on. It's telling what year it was.
It says billions on Easter in 2021, according to the National Retail Federation. That breaks down to an average of $179.70 per person.
What could we do if we? That's just that amount of money.
$180 per person.
Yeah,
for one day.
For one day.
But remember,
you got a lot of kids. That's 180.
That's per per adult. That's per child.
What are they spending it on? I think. Matter of fact, I think it was gonna say that.
It's gonna break it down.
It says
Drop down farther.
So where exactly is that money going? Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
It's gonna break it down. Scroll down a little more. It's gonna break it down. Scroll down a little more. It said it jumped up because it went down. And remember, this is pandemic time.
Oh,
right
candy.
there.
Right
there
there.
you go. Go right there. That's the breakdown. Go
right here. Americans spend $3 billion on candy.
That's just straight up the peeps. That's your peeps,
right.
Which is unlawful to eat. Peeps is marshmallow. Marshmallow is pork. Leviticus 11:7. Thou shalt not eat the swine.
There you go.
Give me that. Go. I gotta mess up somebody Easter ham dinner real quick.
That's right.
Your ham dinner, your peeps. You're all wicked.
It's all
abominable.
All abomination.
Leviticus 11:7 real fast.
Right.
Look at the ingredients. It has gelatin. The gelatin is pork derived.
He needs some milk.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7.
I'm sorry, your Easter's ruined.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Your Easter ham that you did for Jesus. Your spiral sliced ham covered in honey and pineapple that you did for Jesus. I'm going back in time.
Spiral slice.
The honey glazed and all of that.
Hey, jump up to the verse above real quick about the hair.
All right, verse 6. And the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you.
So Christ don't want to be symbolized by no unclean animal.
Right.
How you want to be symbolized by a rabbit?
Cold cut.
You can't make an unclean thing clean, man.
Unclean, and the damn rabbit suit you wearing unclean.
But notice though, officer, I'm thinking about this. You like how they doing this on the pandemic? I forgot about the stimulus check. 10% of that stimmy gotta go
right
to the
back to
church.
They ain't counting what you putting in the plate.
Right. They talking about what you bringing in.
Say, when they break it down, scroll down, read down a little bit more. It's gonna tell you the food is about 6.
It says
No, go to him.
Where?
Right there. Americans anticipate spending.
America anticipates spending $6.32 billion on Easter food.
Read on.
Down from $6.4 billion the previous year.
Obviously, you spend a little less. Read.
While that includes
That's from us teaching. Read.
Traditional main courses like ham.
Like what?
Like ham.
Read that again and again.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7.
Because it's $6 billion you spending on it.
And the swine,
$6 billion on swine.
Though he divided the hoof and be clover-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
You can save $6 billion real quick.
Damn.
$6 billion real quick by reading the Bible. But you're gonna go in church and eat it anyway.
Hey, you know what's crazy? You got a lot of quote unquote conscious people, right? People who think they have some type of worldly wisdom.
Right.
And they always anti-Babylon. They anti-America.
Right.
All you have to do to actually fulfill those things is keep the commandments of God. That's it. You can boycott an entire day. It's called the Sabbath. You don't buy, you don't sell.
Right.
You stick away from Easter, you save $6 billion within your own nation on unclean food.
It's 180 per Black and Hispanic and Native American.
That's crazy. That's a whole bill.
Can I get a
script? That's a lot of schools.
Can I get a script?
Yeah.
Can I get Psalm 96 and 4 real quick? Because I know we're speaking about Easter. We're speaking about the origin behind Easter and so on and so forth. Believe it or not, y'all was worshiping other gods for a long time now. But now, knowing the truth according to the Bible, you must come back to your God, which is a black God, and his son, the black Messiah.
That's right. The book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
He should be feared above all gods. The one from heaven and earth, the one that made you this whole earth for you.
Right.
He should be feared. Read on.
He's black.
And he's black.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
This Easter, this Astaroth, these Diana,
talk to them.
Christmas, so on and so forth. They are gods. They are idols.
Right.
Go ahead.
But the Lord made the heavens.
But your God made the heavens for you. The one that made the stars, the moon, all these things. He made it for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Hey, y'all tuning in and we done messed up your Easter ceremonies. Call us if you got questions or you want to dispute what's being brought out. Maybe you have proof that Easter is okay to celebrate. 252.
Come on now.
Say extra slow. 632-0329 if you think you can do Resurrection Sunday.
One more time.
It's 252. 252 is the area code. 632-0329. Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, whatever you want to call in, talk to us.
Hey, go ahead. I want to get Daniel 9 real quick.
There it is. Come on with it.
Uh-oh.
I got there it is.
Buckle up.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 27. 26 and 27.
Yeah, freak that tradition out real quick.
Yeah, because Easter primarily, although we know it's pagan as we've been bringing out, they base it off so-called Good Friday, right? They try to save 3 days and 3 nights, right? So let's see, what day was Christ killed in the Bible? Read.
You want verse 26, right?
Yep.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off.
So now, the only point I want to reference in this verse is Messiah. To keep it in this context, is talking about the Messiah being cut off and dying, right? Read on.
But not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary.
Yep, go ahead.
And the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined.
Here it comes. Read.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week.
Watch this.
And in the midst of the week.
And in the what?
And in the midst of the week.
No, the end of the week.
And in the midst of the week.
The midst is the middle.
That's right.
In the middle of the week, right?
He shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease.
Christ would take away the sacrifice and offerings from the nation of Israel. We would no longer have to do that anymore. So the question is, what day is in the midst of the week?
Heavy.
What day is in the midst of the week?
I'm confused.
Yeah, just to land back off this real quick.
Turkey.
You gotta remember who was ruling during the time of Christ? What nation was ruling? The Romans, right? So what was the calendar considered as at that time? The Roman Greco calendar.
Yep.
Same calendar today.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. So so-called Wednesday,
Hump day
is in the middle of the week.
Right. Not today. Ain't today.
No, and it's definitely not Friday, right?
Right.
No.
They say Good Friday was the day he died. He rose on Sunday. But this says in the midst of the week.
So mathematically, Captain, it sounds a lot better because Wednesday, counting from Wednesday, when he died, 3 days later would be the Sabbath when he rose.
Thank you.
It would make more sense than Friday, count 3 days, and you land on Monday.
Because the thing they're doing, they say 3 days, but it's 3 days, 3 nights.
Right.
So they go, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Sunday night, Jesus rose?
Right.
Yeah,
They in church early at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we got to do it.
I got you, Cap. Matthew 28.
Matthew 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
26 first.
You want the days? How do we count days of? I mean, Cap. You just turned 3.
Nah.
Okay.
26 and 17.
Yep. Well, I want to get to the point because we kind of short on time. 18.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 18. And he said, Go into the city to search a man, and say unto him, The master saith, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples.
Christ is saying, I'm going to keep the Passover, right? Not Easter.
Right.
Christ kept the Passover.
Man.
So
He didn't get a basket.
Right.
Wait a minute. If Jesus did it,
if Jesus did it,
Christians do.
Thank you.
Follow Christ.
Because look, if you remember, since what we've been going over in the history, Easter was before Christ. So this was going on before Christ died.
Come on now. Chop them up.
So if you call yourself a Christian, that means anointed. We're supposed to be following what Christ does.
Right.
Christ said, I will do what? Read it again.
He said, I will keep the Passover.
I will keep the Passover. Go ahead.
At thy house with my disciples.
Right, because it's a holy convocation.
That's
Read on.
That's right.
And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed them. And they made ready the Passover.
Right, come on.
Now, when the even was come.
When what?
When the even was come.
So now, Passover falls in the evening, right?
Right.
All days, that going back to your point, are kept in the evening time. The days start in the evening. Now, give me verse 30. Is it 27?
27th chapter?
Yeah.
Or 27th verse?
I'm looking. 31.
Yeah, 31 this night.
Verse 31. The book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
Then saith Jesus unto them, all ye shall be offered because of mine.
Offended.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Then Jesus said unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night.
This night, right? So evening was come. He said, you're going to be offended to me in this night, right? Read on.
For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad.
So now let's just keep it in what tradition says today.
Right.
If he died on Friday, this would be so-called Friday night. He's saying at night, right?
Right.
So this would be Friday evening.
Wouldn't be Friday morning.
It wouldn't be Friday morning. Nope.
Right.
This would be Friday night. Now, 27 and 1.
The book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death.
So he didn't die that night. This is the morning. He's still alive. This would be so-called Saturday.
Right.
So he didn't die on Friday.
Yeah.
And even if he did, it's still not 3 days, right?
Right.
But the point is, they try to use Good Friday. If they want to use that, why is he still alive?
Right.
On Saturday morning.
Come on.
Cut him up, Cap.
dog.
When the morning was come, he did what? What
And
did
when
they
the
do?
morning was come, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Jesus, to put him to death.
To put him to death.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to our point we read earlier, in the midst of the week, that would give you the time period that you need, 3 days and 3 nights.
Right.
Makes a lot more sense.
Right.
So
Now 28, but make your point.
go ahead. We want 28. Go ahead. Finish it out, Cap.
You want to?
Hope y'all
Yeah,
receiving
give me-
this information right here.
right.
This is some heavy stuff. Y'all
Yeah,
get
give
your
me-
Bibles out.
It's in the Bible. It's
Give-
in the Bible.
Give me
Go ahead.
chapter 28 and verse 1.
Book of Matthew, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
In the end of the Sabbath.
Hear that? It said in the end of the Sabbath, right? This is going into the seventh day. This is toward the end, right? Read.
As it began to dawn.
So it wasn't the first day of the week yet.
Right.
We still at the end of the week. Read.
As it began to dawn towards the first day of the week.
Come on.
Right.
Go ahead.
Came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door.
Right. This is all on the same day.
Right.
You got to remember the same time frame. It wasn't Sunday yet.
Right.
Read.
And sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his remnant white as snow.
Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. And the angel answered and said unto the woman, fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified.
So remember, this is the topic, the main topic. Christ. Jesus is the Christ. Read.
He is not here, for he is risen.
Woo! God. On what was this though?
Some Christians only heard that part.
Read verse 6 again.
Verse 6. He is not here, for he is risen.
Read.
As he said.
As who said?
As he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay.
So they want to show him proof. Hey, because Christ said, I'm going to rise up on that third day, right? Read.
And go quickly and tell his disciples.
So tell the rest of the men, read.
That he is risen from the dead.
He's what?
Risen from the dead.
What? Jump back to verse 1.
Flawless. I want to get that clip next.
Verse 1. Matthew chapter 28 and verse 1. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week.
That's the key point right there. I'm not going to touch on that. I'm going to let officer bring the video out.
Real quick. I got 2 quick clips unless y'all got something.
No, go ahead.
Throw up that first clip with the, what's it called? Easter, the pagan Passover. Just jump to, there's a lot of different parts of here. You should watch that.
Heavy.
Go to, it's heavy.
That's a heavy title.
Give me 3 minutes, 4 seconds, and we'll let it go for like a minute. Then I'm going to jump to the next one. We got to close out on that next one, though. Go ahead and play that. We got sound?
You said start 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
3 minutes, 4 seconds. Make sure we got sound, y'all. Give me while we're getting that first John.
Well, let me get Matthew 12 and 40.
Yes, sir.
Just to
bring it out.
As he said, the scripture says he is risen as he said, right? So let's reference what did he say?
Matthew chapter 12, verse 40.
Bring it out.
For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the earth, heart of the earth.
Right. So he would be buried for 3 days, 3 full days, and 3 full nights.
Right.
You cannot get that if you go off so-called Good Friday.
Right.
We good?
Play on. I got it. Go and play it out. Come on, IT.
Yeah, so that was a good precept, Cap. That was real good.
Yeah, that's how
it shows them what Christ was saying.
It's called
3 minutes and 4 seconds. Right there. The whole thing is good.
Even by the Israelites when in apostasy. Yahuwah clearly denounced any Israelite involvement in these pagan celebrations.
Do you not see what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem?
Hey, matter of fact, jump to 3 minutes, 56 seconds. Jump 3 minutes, 56. Right there is just saying that, quoting Ezekiel,
Israel was forbidden to do that.
Forbidden to participate. They got the statues of everything. I can't stand it.
I didn't like his voice.
But they're participating in that. Now go ahead.
Keeping for Tammuz.
Modern Easter has no basis in the pure religion of heaven. All of its traditions are pagan. Rabbits and dyed Easter eggs symbolize fertility. Hot cross buns were the cakes offered to the Queen of Heaven.
We read that in Jeremiah.
The 40 days of weeping for Tammuz are now the 40 days of Lent.
Wow. Y'all just did all the idolatry. This past 30-day period, I think, that y'all been doing pure old-fashioned idolatry.
What was that pastor? What was that pastor's name, Officer Rayo?
Next clip.
Mr. Clark?
Bishop Clark.
Hey, he need to start telling his people the truth, man.
That's clear cut. Now, let's get this clip. It's so obvious. Now it's in your entertainment. Wow. Give me that from American Gods season 1. They displayed Aphrodite, Ashtoreth, Easter, whatever name she going by today. They put the physical representation of her. You can't see the footage, but it's a white woman, and she is the god Easter. Play that. I don't think it has a starting point. It's just 1 minute. Play the whole thing. Give me some sound, IT. Give me some sound.
Some wisdom. There's far too many secret societies out there.
That's Easter speaking.
No loyalty and no love. They range from barely competent to deeply
She's speaking to it.
You don't sound like one of us.
I'm not one of you.
Oh, yes, you are. You're as forgotten, as unloved, and as unremembered as any of us.
I'm doing just fine. Happy Easter. Christ is risen. Hello, boys.
You were before these guys.
She's saying, I'm doing, because he's a guy, the one that's speaking with the voice, he's saying, oh, you're just as forgotten as us. She's like, no, I'm doing just fine. Happy Easter. Jesus has risen. She's saying, I've rebranded myself. I got followers.
Right.
Play on.
Sprinkle a little
Souls were born.
witchcraft in there.
Jesus Christ crawled out of his stinky old grave. Folks would paint eggs with dandelions and paprika for her to exchange as gifts the first sign of spring in her name.
Hey.
A star.
They still do.
A star.
Y'all might have missed it. He said in her name, Ashtari.
Yes.
And she said, they still do. They still do.
Right.
When he first started talking, he said, even though he's talking about white Jesus, he said, before Jesus was risen, they was already doing this for her.
Right.
We've been reading all of those facts coming out of different books the whole time. Right.
Christian.
Yep. Yeah, let her finish out. We only got a minute.
Days, they still feast on eggs and rabbit and candy, and they do it in my name.
Serious question, my dear. I've no doubt that millions upon millions exchange tokens and observe the rituals of your festival, all down to the hunting of the hidden eggs. But does anybody pray in your name? Do they say it in worship? Oh, they mouth your name, but they have no idea what it means. None whatsoever.
Good.
Same every spring. You do all the work, he gets all the prayers.
What has gotten into you?
Okay, you stop right there. They're doing it in the name of white, and white Jesus is in the background right there.
I was gonna say that's the only thing the Christian sees. That's the only thing the Christian sees. He don't see the Easter comments, none of that. He just see white Jesus in the back.
Jesus in the back, meaning she's doing it. She do all the hard work. This all her traditions, but the white image of Jesus gets all the credit for that pagan holiday.
So a woman following a man regardless.
When you play it on, right?
Come on. Go
ahead. Okay. When you play it on, white Jesus comes up to her and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take it." And she's like, "No, it's all right. You good, because it doesn't really matter." it's all idolatry. The white Jesus is idolatry. Right. Easter is it's all the same thing.
All the same thing. Hey, we had a whole lot of show for you today. Hey, we thank you for joining us. We got a physical location at 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina, 27504. That address is 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina, 27504. Email us at armorofgodradio@gmail.com. Our phone number is 1-855-484-4842, extension 7708. The extension again is 7708. Hey, with that, that's our time. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.